Nobody from 2021 is sort of like that guilty pleasure that really I shouldn't feel guilty about because it's made by the folks that brought us John Wick. And Bob Odenkirk is the regular guy that can kick butt and take some names. Is just a pleasant movie to go back to. And I thought I would just talk about it a little bit right now.
Who the are you?
Me? I'm nobody.
All right, I have to be honest, I didn't run out and see Nobody right away in the theaters, but after I did, I saw it twice, and then I went back and I've watched it again. And this is one of those movies that I'm going to kind of throw out there for Talk Hard to talk about. We can get into because there's allegedly a sequel coming. I don't know much about the sequel. I don't even know if the same people that were behind the first one will come back. But reality is, the first one is just a grounded, believable, regular dude who gets his butt kicked while he's kicking so many more butts. It is a fantastic film with a ton of layers. If you've never seen it, I'm going to talk about it a little bit and hopefully maybe it'll give you a little incentive to go and track it down. All right, there's Bob Odenkirk. Hutch Mansell is this regular dude. He's bruised, he's battered. They try to interrogate him in the opening scene with a couple FBI agents, and then you have this whole story that kind of unpacks about how he got in that room. He's just an office worker. It's just a horrible situation. His family is robbed. There's a break-in that happens, and he at the last second he holds back. Even his son's like, dude, what are you doing? And reality is there's a whole lot more to the story and why he would not be fighting back. There's great little moments with his dad, Christopher Lloyd, who he goes and seeks some counsel with. He goes and gets his daughter is actually traumatized, but they stole this little thing. At least that's what he's going to go on the hunt for. And you realize that he's obviously not searching for that. He's searching to find himself, figure out how to have some sort of, I don't know, that fire that used to be in him that is completely gone now. That's what he's actually seeking. And the trailer teases the moment that's just completely insane. He goes on a bus, he's waiting for things to happen, and it goes a little sideways just before this, I think, where he's there trying to follow the clues, and this man sees this tattoo. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but you're kind of like taken right to the edge of knowing this guy has a dark, dark, crazy history without ever being shown anything. And then we have the bus sequence. So if you like John Wick and you love that kind of stuff, this is where it gets kind of crazy for you. And what works is he is not like free from injury. This isn't like watching a Marvel choreographed sequence or some sort of action thing where, Vin Diesel and The Rock can't possibly get a scratch on them when they're doing these things. Oh no, they throw him out a window. He has all sorts of injuries. And actually, it ends up creating part of the bonding, part of the healing process with his family and his life to figure out how he can move forward from all this. Again, as I've said many times, I would tell you not to watch the trailer. Don't have anything spoiled for you if you've never seen this. I think that the film is just ripe with just great building anticipation, moments, and mystery that's going to unpack. And then you also have this guy is inventive. He is full of just incredible instincts and knowledge and know-how, and it just keeps stacking on top of itself throughout the movie. So all in all, I consider Nobody a very underrated action film. This is a super strong rewatchable film for me. I rank it probably higher than it needs to be. It's probably more like a 3.5 star movie, but for me, this gets closer to like a 4, probably a little bit higher than that because of the rewatchability. I've watched this movie probably a half a dozen times just in a few years. And reality is, it's kind of going on my should I ever watch this every single year thing. It's kind of in that level. It's literally getting to that point where I think I could just watch this every single year. You don't have to be totally tuned in once you've seen it to watch the second or third viewings. And I think that for the most part, you'll have a good time. And you guys can tell me what you guys think. The fact that Bob Odenkirk pulls this off, man, is freaking incredible. All right, let me get to a couple spoilers right now because, oh my gosh, I love this movie. And I really love the fact that they have a great musical score that kind of accompanies different scenes. This is when the hit squad is coming to his house. He sicks his family in a little safe room. Then he kind of goes through taking them out one by one. And, if you like movies like Red and you like movies like John Wick, I feel like you can just enjoy this type of action where it's just fun. It is over the top. Yeah, sure, of course. How could he possibly not get hit ever? Well, he does get hit, but not to the point where it's ever like life threatening. The other thing that I think is also great is there's these great gags, like the real life gag. He's supposed to be taking out the trash and he always misses the trash guy. He's going on these runs, whatever. And then, of course, once he reconciles with his wife, he's got a little pep in his step, little happy. Most of us can relate to those mornings, right, guys? Come on, let's just be honest here, folks.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
And then once he gets into these later scenes and you're seeing how things play out, because in that bus scene, he accidentally kills basically this guy's little brother. This guy is this Russian mafia oligarch who's in charge of keeping track or at least housing their giant storehouse of cash. So it becomes this massive. I don't know why would this guy completely deal with this rando, whatever. But it never stops. The vendettas keeps going. It's completely insane with gunplay and car roofs. Listen, I gotta be honest. I think everything about this movie was fun and great. I enjoyed rewatching it. I love to think what you guys think. I think that at the end, when they go to the warehouse and you have Christopher Lloyd and then his other friend, it's the voice in the background, Harry, played by RZA. He comes there and they're in like a little Avengers circle. They're taking things out. I got to be honest, it is a little absurd seeing Christopher Lloyd in the scene, but I also admit that he is like, I'm having a freaking blast. He is self-aware of his character is self-aware of the absurdity that he's this senior citizen pulling this off. So yeah, a lot of parallels to Red, but with a John Wick flavor. Bob Odenkirk, man, he's stealing everything, man. It's a freaking incredible scene. I love the fact that everyone kind of doesn't quite know exactly what to make of things. The trailer spoils those shots. It shows this is a triple headshot that's spoiled in the trailer. I couldn't believe they spoiled it. Then of course this is him burning the mountains of money, which give you the motivation and of course the reconciliation with the wife. And then of course at the end it's like, who the F are you? It's like, I'm nobody. So that's how the trailer ends. It kind of spoils a little too much for me, but for the most part, I had a good time with it. So I didn't want to pull any of that up because I don't want to spoil. Some of you are watching. You shouldn't be watching if you haven't seen it. But if I showed it up here, you guys would be tuning in. Maybe our ACR editor will sneak some of those shots in. I don't know. You guys decide.
Excuse me? Are you looking at me?
Listen, folks, love to hear from you. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Am I ranking it too high? Am I too attached? It's okay if I am, but I do enjoy this movie. All right. Talk to you guys soon. I'm Pops.
Don't call 911.
Tune into Pops. Let me tell you about the show called Pops, where we drop the knowledge on all the latest thoughts. From comics and movies, games,